Hello everyone, in this video let's solve a very basic problem of coding, which is reverse an array. So an array is given to you and you have to reverse this array, so the resultant array would be look like this. Okay, now the thing is you have to do it in place. So in place means you do not have to use an extra array to do that. You have to manipulate this array only, so that the resultant array would look like this. So this is nothing but the reverse of this array. So this array is hello world and this is the reverse of it. So I'm going to tell you two ways of doing it. Both the ways are similar. The only difference between them is the way of writing it. So the first method or the first way of doing it using two pointers. So by pointer I means two variable. So let's say two variables I and j. Okay, now this I will point to the starting of the array and j will point to the last of the array. So this is the I variable, this is the j variable. Now and the name of this array is a. So this is an a array. So now what you have to do, you have to run the loop until I is smaller than j. So until I is smaller than j, you have to run the loop, and every time what you have to do, you have to just swap the I. You have to swap the character at the ith position to the character at jth position. So you have to swap this character with this character. You have to swap it. So for swapping, let's take a character variable which is temp, and then you have to put the character at the ith position inside the temp, and then you have to overwrite the character at ith position with the character at jth position. Now at the character at the jth position will be overwrite the value of temp, and when you perform these three simple operation, the h will the temporary variable will holds the h. Okay, and now this ai, now this d will come to the this position, and then at the third time, then the third operation, this h will come to this position. So now d and h are reversed, sorry, t and h are swapped. Now what you have to do, you also have to increment the ith variable and you have to decrement the jth variable. So now I will start pointing to the next position and j will come to the second last position. So this way, this again will be swapped. L will swapped at e and e will swapped at the position of L. Now I will increment to this next position and j will decrement to the one previous position, and this is how swap will take place. And now after this I will increment, j will decrement, I will increment, j will decrement, and at some point the I will become equal to j, which will false this condition and the loop comes out, and this is how the resultant array would look like this. So this is the one way of doing it. Now the another way is very simple. What you have to do, you have to run the for loop from the 0th position, and you have to run it the length. Suppose n is the length of the array, half of the length, and you have to increment it. Now what you have to do, you have to just swap the a of ith position with a of n minus 1 minus ith position. So that would work fine. So this way the loop will run half of the array, and then it will swap the both positions. So this is nothing but the one way of writing it. Okay, now also the I will start in the starting, I will start the 0th location, so you can assign the I with 0, and j will point into the last location. So if n is the length of the array, then j will start pointing to n minus 1, because we are starting the indexing with 0. So this is the initialization, and after that this loop will work and the array will be reversed. And you can use this method also, which is nothing but run the for loop half of the length, for loop until the half of the length of the array, and swapping the starting position with the last position, and next time I increment, then this ai will be the next position and this will be the second last position, and this way this for loop will help in the reversing the array. I hope this is very clear to you. The time complexity for this will be order of n.